Back from screw fix, I got the 3.5. I got a 4mm one just in case, and I remembered that I needed 6mm to go through the top frame up there. Good job I remembered, otherwise I'd be going back out again and not doing anything. I've just remembered I need to take a thumbnail quickly, so now I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes doing that, so that's even more time I'm taking up. Can't see this getting done, can you? Right, I'm thinking thumbnail. Should I just have this in the background? If I put the camera there, and then what? I just have to take a load. This is what I have to do. I have to go through. So I'll be like posing like this, going. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I've just taken about 20 pictures, so hopefully one of them is good enough and everyone wants to click on it, but probably not. Right, just an observation. See, they cut the seals. When they put the caps on, they stick out another, what's that, 2mm at least. The same the other side. That's a little bit annoying, but hopefully I should have enough space in there anyway. I've got my sealant is wrapped up in the duvet to keep it warm because it was inside. Right, so see here, this is where I was meant to be screwing through. There's like a little channel there. This is the drainage channel with the holes in. And in the manual it said that I needed the seal inserts, which are these. And I tried to ask for them from the window company, and they tried to fob me off straight away, saying that you don't need them on this, and it'll block the drainage channel anyway. So I went back. It was the governor that's trying to fob me off, and I said, well, no, actually it says in the manual you need them, and plus they're bridging packers anyway, so you can see the profile on that, so it doesn't block it. That's starting to get on my nerves a little bit, just in general, like people fobbing you off when you question stuff, especially like tradesmen, or obviously in this case the window company. Just because I'm not a window fitter, or I'm not a fabricator, or I'm not the manufacturer, doesn't mean I don't know, I can't question things. Especially it says in the manuals in bold, don't use it without these seal inserts. And obviously there's plenty of other stuff that has happened here when I've had tradesmen here and you question something and they go, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Solar panel blokes putting screws through my felt, or trying to at least, before I stopped them. The floor in here, the block and beam, got fobbed off then, didn't I, as well, even though I was right. A lot of the time I'm right. I am right. And you just try and trust people. I'm just gonna, from now on, that's a rule. If I think someone's fobbing me off, I'm just gonna, hang on a minute, I'm not having that. I'm paying you, sort it out. Right, I can only get that front one in anyway, just this middle one. I can't do the side ones because, like I said earlier, because of the brackets. But this bit, you see, like, that's flush now. This bit at the back, that's flush. So yeah, I'm just going to get a little bit of sealing, and then I can put this in place, and then I'm going to put the seal on. I'll drill through, move this out of the way, put sealant at the back here, and then am I doing that thing where I'm explaining exactly what I'm going to do, and then I'll do it, and then I'll explain exactly what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and then afterwards I'll explain exactly what I've done, and then at the end I'll explain it all again. Do you reckon that'll work? Right, I'm just a little bit scared. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry if this video's long, but it's just, you asked for it, it's happening. Okay, let's do it. I've got a white pen, so I'm just going to mark exactly where I want to drill. See the difference, so I can drill deeper now. So these are 50mm screws as per the manual. It gives me the actual details on this, whereas for the doors it doesn't, so that's going to be hard work. I'm just going to mark the shank as well so I don't go too deep. it's difficult to know whether you're gonna, like, if I screw that in, is it enough or is it not? Holes are drilled. Screws are not going in yet because I need to move this off. Right. There you go. Where's that bloody hole? No! Oh, I've got shit on me now. Is that even drilled all the way through? No. Fuck it. How am I going to line that up now? Fucking wanker. Got it. You see this? That is a thermal enhancement, and around the bottom of the frame there is no thermal enhancement. It's just like there's nothing there. So I'll show you on one of the other frames. I'll cut it in. I've got some more expanding foam tape and I'm gonna smack it in there, and then I'll put the seal on. So I've got thermal enhancement all the way through. Obviously they didn't put this stuff because it'll block off the drainage channel here, but if I just put it right at the back, you'll see in a minute. So this stuff's 18 mil thick. This one is expanding foam. It goes from 18 to 34. The bigger it expands, it loses its thermal ability, if you understand. I probably should have got one that wasn't quite as thick. But I did what I did. That first bit's no good for anyone. It won't expand. It's been compressed for too long. So I just remembered, just as I was sticking it down, I need to leave a gap here. That's because the edge of this needs to slide in there and then stick this way. I'm just going to silicone that, put it on. Shit. Oh, fuck up. No. Oh God. Obviously the doors are propped up, but it's not bang on. Hopefully this will pull it in straight. So I probably should have put a little bit of silicone on these back ones. That screw bent a bit. Should we? Let's check it. It doesn't need silicone on that front one because it goes through. That's the drainage channel anyway. Right, that's the first part done. That was a bit of a challenge, obviously. It's relatively straightforward though. It really shouldn't have taken me that long, but that's what's happening. I've only got an hour left of daylight. That's how much I've been faffing about. So this isn't going to get fully fitted today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it in. I'm going to lift it in and have a look. God blimey. Okay. Okay, I'm all lined up. What would probably be happening at this point if I was doing it the old school way is just drilling it, but I need to take it back out. We are level. I also checked it with an actual spirit level as well. This lintel goes way off. Like it's too high this end. I've marked exactly where I'm going to be fixing it all the way around, and then I've written a number to say how much of a packer I'm going to need. So that one's going to be 11 mil because it goes up so far there. Here's only 5, that's 5, that's 5, that's 5, that's 5, that is 6. So yeah, top to bottom, this one, I think it slants backwards slightly. That's a 7 and then that's a 6. So like that's the kind of what I wanted to aim for, but over this side, because that goes up and that slants down, I've got a 10 there and an 11 there, which is not the best situation. Of course, obviously the cavity closes, it just adds to the actual depth, whereas to here it's less. So I've been quite conservative. This is the gap. So I've got anywhere from 10 to 8 mil around the edge, which I don't need to silicone. That bit dips in there. So I reckon I probably could have afforded to get the thicker tape. I think it's 3 mil and upwards, but I got plenty of room. Hopefully it'll seal it. This seal is a little bit annoying. See that slants out. Originally they put in an extra brick along there, and then I come over, I said no, take that out, I didn't want that high. So that slants out. There's quite a big gap there. Same this side, and I'm not bothered about it, but I suppose no one's going to see it around here, are they? No one's going to see it. Obviously this is a slow way of doing it, getting it in, getting it out, getting it in, but I just need to make sure it's going to be all right. So if I take that back out, I'm going to drill everywhere where I need to drill, and then I need to fit the metal bars, what are they called? Lugs? Straps? Fit the straps to the seal, and then tomorrow I'll be ready to stick the tape round, whack it in, drill it, and I'll fit the glass as well. Yeah, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it like this for all 6. I'm going to go in, out, shake it all about, and then I'll get used to it. I'll know exactly what I'm doing. When it comes to the doors, I'm not going to be able to take them in and out, in and out, in and out. Right, let's whack this out and then drill it. Well, it's about, I don't know, an hour and a half later, and yeah, I can't drill it. Well, I can, but I can't. Let me show you what I've been trying to get my head around. So this fixing, it's going to go there in the middle. Fine, absolutely fine. This one that's going to go up here, these are like for the security, and if I put it there, that's where I'm aiming for, then this block is in the way for my drill. So on this window I moved it across on the easy clean. You just push these buttons and you can move it, and then you can clean this bit if you need to. So you can see how it's different, it's wider, but that doesn't change the angle on this. So I thought, right, okay, I'm just gonna have to take these off and undo that, and then I can get that drill bit in there. So that'll be fine, and then I can fit them afterwards. So that's both to get the just drill this initial bit through, which is what I was doing now, and to drill through the wall. And then I thought, right, okay, so the straps here, they're going to be fine, and then I need to do the top ones. That one, yeah, that's easy. And then look what's in the way. I can't drill through there, can I? like on this track. What an absolute pain. Do you reckon I could sneak it through that? Can I sneak it through there? Right, so I mean that is an option. I could put it there because this screw hangs out. As long as it doesn't hang out any more than that, this will slide past still. So I could go from there, or I could just take that screw out, that screw out, that screw out, and free down here, and just take that whole thing off. That'll make it lighter and probably easier to fit the frame. And then I don't need to take these off because I'm taking the whole thing off. Or alternatively, instead of fixing through the front on this channel, I can go through the back channel. So if I just pull this out and then drill through that bit there, and then if I do that, I can fix into this bit. So that's the insulated bit. This is a catnick lintel. That's got the concrete above it. That's insulation, and then that's got the block there. So I could fix straight into this, but I haven't got the screws for that, so I'd need to go to screw fix, and the local one hasn't got it, so I need to go for the one that's further away. Yeah, I don't know what kind of, what would you say, rigidity that's going to provide. I don't know whether that's going to be good enough or not. But saying that, I would kind of prefer to fix on the back edge, because then I could use the U-packers properly. I wish I could just use the straps all the way around. It'd be so much bloody easier. So I've got these stupid bloody frames. What do I do? I mean, look, right, if I took the actual window part out, these bits, I wouldn't have to support them when I've got them up, would I? Even though I can do it with these, but what do I want to do? I don't know. Right, I think I'm just going to dismantle it. Let's just see if this is going to be feasible or not. Okay, that's like straightforward. Let's do that then. Right, so that was a lot easier, just having the frame itself drilling through. That'll make it easier for tomorrow. I've put the fixing through. Potential issue, obviously, because it's right on the edge now, because that's where the only place that I can fix it. My expanding foam tape is going to come across there, eh? So I'm thinking the fixings are going to show at the front, aren't they? So I'm going to have to put a little bit of silicone over them bits. Do you think that's a bit of a security risk, do you reckon? If you get like a sawzall, you can chop my window out, easy. Mind you can break the glass quicker, can't you? So yeah. I've got laminated glass, but you know what I mean. It's just yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be an issue if I actually had silicon. Yeah, this is, you know what's going to happen. What I was going to do initially is do it like normal, spray foam, silicon, and then right at the front I was just going to get some flat bar, aluminium bar. I was going to spray that black, and then I was just going to like shove it on, stick it on, and yeah. I can always do that afterwards if I really need to. A lot of people don't like the foam showing. It looks unfinished apparently. Round the other side, it's not going to be an issue. Everything's like rendered or clad just over this brick side. So we'll see in the future if I end up just putting some strips over the top, if you know what I mean. I think on the next frame, when I drill these out, I might centre punch it first, because that one's bang in the middle, and so is that one. This one is like very slightly to one side. You see that? So yeah, the screw, it's kind of a tiny bit wider than this, so I'm having to countersink it. It's quite difficult because it's not in on the same plane, if you understand. Obviously that bit's lower than this bit, but I'm just making it a tiny bit wider. Yeah, I don't want just so the screw sits flush and I've got no issues. See, now it sits flush, but I don't know whether you can see that. Obviously I've taken this very edge off here, and because that steel is going to be touching that aluminium, am I going to get galvanic corrosion? I think what I might do is if I just gloop some silicon in there when I put it in, and that will give it a little bit of protection, eh? Putting them straps on, piece of piss, absolute piece of piss. 5-minute job. In comparison to probably like a 5-hour job figuring out all the other stuff. Like, maybe I should have spent the extra 10 grand and got the origin windows, because I know that you could use the straps or lugs all the way around. Thank fuck the doors have got straps all the way around, apart from the bottom, but that should be quite straightforward, just fixing the seal down independently. Anyway, that's as much as I'm going to do tonight. It's too cold. It's just a palaver. I think it's like 6 o'clock or something. Yeah, what a nightmare. Right, tomorrow hopefully we'll get it in.